How's it going, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us on Robert Garcia Unfiltered. Doing things a little bit different this week. We've been trying to try different ways to connect with you guys, to send you guys as many videos as we can throughout the week. The lives that we usually do on Sundays, we will still be doing those most of the weeks whenever we have big fights, or we'll do them directly after the fights. The lives we'll still be doing them, but we're also trying to upload videos throughout the week where we don't have to be live every single time. Obviously, I'm Pita. It's my dad, Robert. He's in Dallas, Texas right now with Vergil Ortiz.
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Texas. It's Saturday, March 20th, fight day for Ortiz versus Hooker. I had to stay back, help train Mikey while you're over there with Vergil. Yeah, it's fight day. Talk to us a little bit. There was a little controversy with Vergil's weigh-in. He weighed in a half a pound over the 147 limit. And at welterweight, that's a big deal because if you weigh in above anything above 147 officially, the fight gloves go from 8 ounces to 10-ounce gloves. So it was kind of, it's kind of a big deal for welterweights if they miss weight or whatever. But talk to us about what happened with Vergil's weigh-in.
Well, when Vergil got in Wednesday, Golden Boy Promotions, they set up Vergil's own scale. Normally on promotions, fighters go to the promoter scale at a certain room. This case could have been Rasso's room. I don't even know.
Usually Pete's room.
Pete's room with Top Rank. It's at Pete's room, so we were able to go check. But everybody else checks the weight right there, and it's not the exact official scale, but they call it the official scale because it's pretty much very, very similar or exactly the same as the official scale. So Golden Boy gave Vergil a scale to have in his room, and that's where he was checking every day. And up until the day of the weigh-in, that's the scale he checked, and on that scale he was 147. So he went down to the weigh-ins. Which one more thing is, Vergil told me, and he was really happy about it. This is the first time in his career that he wakes up on weight and doesn't have to exercise, doesn't have to work out to cut those last 2 or 3 pounds, whatever. This is the first time ever that he doesn't have to work out. So he was very excited, very happy about it. So he goes into the official scale, the weigh-ins, and he's 0.6 over, which, caught us off guard because the scale that Golden Boy gave us should have been exactly the same as the official scale, but it's part of boxing. It happens many times. It's not like we were not trying to make weight or like Vergil had a hard time. All we had to do is go back to his room. He also had a small personal sauna little machine in his room that helped him, cut that 0.6. So he went there half an hour, came back, and he was right at 147. So it's not like he wasn't like he was working his ass off to make weight or anything like that. It was just confusion with the scales. It happens a lot. It's part of boxing. He didn't kill himself. He was good. He was fine. He didn't even, like I told you, he wasn't even like he had to work out to make 147. He didn't even work out that morning of the weigh-in.
Yeah, so he made weight the second time at 147. Just a weird thing with the scales. But the fight itself, Maurice Hooker, at the weigh-in, they faced off. Obviously, both of them eventually made weight, so the fight's on regular. No, there doesn't have to be any changes with gloves or anything. Both guys faced off. You see Maurice Hooker a little bit taller than Vergil, but you see the long reach that he has. Obviously, our team went against Maurice Hooker when Jose fought him. I want to say like a year and a half, 2 years ago in July, I think. What do you remember from that fight with Jose and Maurice Hooker that's gonna help you work the corner today with Vergil, because you got to study Crawford. You got to study Hooker that day a little bit. So what do you expect from Hooker? And he has a new team now, so it might be a little bit different. But
we know Hooker's a tremendous fighter, tremendous heart, dedication, and his preparations for the fights. So we know he's going to be in great shape. He does have a reach advantage and a tiny slight bit of a height advantage, but that's. I think the only way is obviously fighting at close distance. That's what Jose Ramirez did. The moments that Jose led Hooker fight on the outside, Hooker landed some really good punches. So once Jose started coming in and fighting on the inside, is where he was able to land some solid punches and hurt him and stop him. You know, pretty much knocked him out. He was knocked out on his feet. The only difference now is how you said it. He's got a new team. So I think with his new team, and actually a really good team.
Yeah, they have Terence Crawford, Jamel Herring.
Yeah, they have a game plan, and I'm thinking they're gonna try to box. They have the reach advantage, and they could, it's not like Maurice can box. I think they're gonna try to box, and we're ready for that too. Vergil, as you know, Vergil trains very, very hard, extra hard in training camps, and he's ready for whatever Hooker brings. But there is going to be a difference. We know Jose is a world champion and great fighter, great power, great physically strong, always in great shape. But if you compare Vergil to Jose, there is a difference too, because Vergil's a lot bigger. Yeah, Vergil's a lot bigger than Jose. Vergil is a lot stronger because he's he fights at 7. He's just a bigger guy, so he is stronger than Jose. So I think just those two things itself is going to be a big difference. When Vergil starts landing his punches.
Yeah, like I told you, you kind of saw Maurice Hooker already a year and a half ago. Yeah, he might have changed scenes, but I mean, it's still the same fighter at the end of the day. It could go the other way too, because the guy that Vergil would be ranked number 1 for if he wins this fight would be Terence Crawford, who, like I said, is also with that team. What do you think about the potential of maybe that fight for Vergil? Obviously, everything has to go according to plan with this fight. But what do you think about that potential fight and going up against that team again?
Well, that's the thing about boxing. In boxing, you never know what's going to happen. We can't look past Maurice Hooker. He's a great fighter, former world champion, so we can't disrespect him like that. But everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about who Vergil's going to fight next, and is he going to fight Terence Crawford? He will be a mandatory. So that's the easiest fight to make. I think Top Rank and Golden Boy are working together on a lot of title fights. So I think it's a great shot at us with Vergil getting his first world title opportunity. It's not an easy one either. Terence Crawford's pound for pound one of the best in the world, and he's been pound for pound for quite a few years already. So it won't be easy. He's got the experience. He's a solid world champion, probably the best at that division right now. But I think Vergil is ready. I think we got to obviously perform tonight and got to make a statement. But we know, because we see Vergil in the gym, his father knows Vergil's ready. He's ready to take that challenge, and it will be a real challenge. But I think Vergil has the tools and everything that takes to become world champion.
This fight is one of the first fights. Obviously, we've had a few in the past few months, but where they're allowing fans. I think it's the first one that we're doing. Have we had?
Well, we had the Espino fight, but he fought early.
So there wasn't a lot of people. But it's one of the first main events, you can say, or marquee matchups that we've had with fans. And the best part is you get to have it in Texas, where we've always said it's one of the best states with fans, with the way they show support. To make it even better, it's Vergil who's fighting in his hometown against another guy from the area. What do you expect from the crowd? Or how excited are you just to be able to be in the arena with fans again on a big fight like this?
We've always said that Texas is our favorite place for our fighters to fight. We get nothing but love and support. This time, it'll be. I think Vergil will probably have the most fans, but Maurice Hooker will also have his. He's former world champion. He fought in his hometown against Jose Ramirez, and he had a solid following there too. So I think he will have his followers, but I think it'll be most Vergil Ortiz crowd. But we're not. We always love fighting here in Texas, but inside the ring, it's going to be Vergil and Hooker, and they're the ones that are going to perform, and they're the ones that are going to be fighting and punching each other. So at the end of the day, whoever came in prepared better, or whoever has the most strength, the most heart, it's gonna come out with the win. It'll be a great fight for fans here in Texas. It looks like Texas is really coming along with the fights and the fans coming to the fight. So we're excited to be back to not normal yet, but very close to being back to normal. Yeah.
Speaking of Texas and fans, the Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders fight just got announced for Dallas Cowboys Stadium, full capacity. So it's going to be ready for 70,000 people. First, how do you expect that fight to play out, or what can Billy Joe Saunders do to kind of slow down Canelo on this good run that he's on right now? And how do you think the fans will go and support? What's like your number? How many people do you think show up to the fight?
I think it'll sell out. If they have it for 70,000, I think it'll sell out. Right now, boxing is hard, especially with Canelo. Canelo is the biggest name in boxing right now, and he will sell out wherever he fights. It'll be a huge event. I think they'll probably do the biggest crowd ever here in boxing when it comes to boxing here at the Cowboys Stadium. Billy Joe Saunders, will probably be a little awkward the first few rounds, but Canelo will figure him out, break him down, and stop him. I think he should stop him within 8 rounds.
Yeah. The plan for Canelo, like they've said, is for him to become undisputed world champ by the end of the year. So hopefully he gets through the Billy Joe Saunders fight, and then the Caleb Plant fight gets worked out. He recently said that he plans on staying. He signed I think a 2-3 fight deal with Eddie Hearn. This is going to be the last fight, but he said he plans on staying with Eddie Hearn for as long as he can. He says he's one of his favorite, he says he's the best promoter to be with. He takes care of his fighters with the little details and stuff like that. Do you think him staying with Eddie Hearn is going to have like maybe an effect later on when he tries to make the Caleb Plant fight, that maybe they aren't able to work something out? If if it would be a lot easier, I would assume, if he goes straight to go work with Al Heyman for a fight and then does the fight over there and then comes back to the zone if he wants. But do you think him staying with Eddie Hearn will cause any problems with making the fight happen with
no problems whatsoever. I think he's making the right thing, staying with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is great promoter. He's done a great job with his fighters lately. Big fights, big events. Canelo events right now, they're huge, and Eddie's doing a great job. There's no need for Canelo to go to and work something out with PBC. At the type of fight the type of events and purses that Canelo brings in for his opponents, there's no way they could stop Caleb Plant from making a huge payday when there's nothing out there for him to make that kind of money. There's a big fight against David Benavidez with Caleb Plant, but it's definitely not even close to what fighting Canelo would be. So yeah. Caleb Plant cannot be stopped by anybody for making a huge fight, a huge payday. So there's no need for Canelo to try to be a free agent and do this fight on his own with PBC. I think Matchroom could easily give Caleb Plant an offer, and it'll be huge, it'll be big, and they'll do the fight on the zone with Matchroom.
Yeah, hopefully they start doing the way Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders with full capacity fans. We have a lot of big fights coming up, like Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, which we talked about on previous shows already. That one's, I think, like 50% capacity. Maybe I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what they said. It's gonna be 50.
Maybe by the time it gets.
So that's good. Maybe by that time they'll push it up a little bit more.
Yeah, they'll start adding more seats and stuff. Vergil's today. What's the capacity for Vergil's?
I'm not sure. I really haven't heard anything. But
it's a big arena.
It's a big arena, and they expect a pretty big crowd. It'll probably be maybe something around 50, maybe 50%.
Maybe for one last before we get off, wanted to remind people that we will be going live not live. We will be posting a reaction video right after the fight. You're gonna get back to the hotel room. We're gonna do another one of these video chats. If you guys have any questions, DM at Garcia Boxing on Instagram. If you guys want any of your guys' questions answered later on after the fight. Again, tonight on DAZN, make sure you guys tune in. The fight starts 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern time on DAZN. Make sure you guys tune in. Vergil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker in his hometown. Any last words? What do what's your prediction maybe, or what do you think? How do you think the fight plays out? Your official prediction?
Well, I like Maurice Hooker, great person, great family man, but I think Vergil knocks him out. Don't forget, we also have, I don't even know if his fight's going to be televised, but we have.
No, they announced today that the card starts with Tristan Kalkruth, which is big, tall, and then
it's like the first four big fights. So they won't. So they're not going to show.
Maybe on Facebook. I think they actually are doing something on Facebook, because there's a Rincon, Valdez, and I forgot who else. So I think they will be going.
And Valdez is the very first fight. I think it's gonna be like at 5, maybe 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. So we have to be there at 2:30. So that means the price start like at 4:30 to 5. And Valdez is the first fight. And from there, I'll stay there and wait for Vergil to come in, because I think Vergil has to be in the locker room by 6 p.m.
Perfect. That's 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. over here. But yeah, main event should be going on around, if it starts at 6, I want to say like 7:30, 8 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys tune in. Thank you guys for make sure you guys like and share with friends. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Want to give a big shout out to Tino from Little Giant Boxing for helping us out, set everything up. There's a bunch of stuff that we didn't know yet about how to work the channel and stuff. And he's been teaching me a lot about editing and stuff like that. So we'll be posting actually more videos. We're looking for, he's going to help us do a little intro for the videos and just a bunch of stuff. So shout out to Tino for all of that. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video, share, subscribe. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys after the main event today.
After the fight. All right. See you guys.